Shalom, shalom. This is your brother Yashamai from the GMS Atlanta camp. Before I get into this message, I want to start off by giving all praises, all glory, and all honor to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakwakadash. And I want to send double honor to the elders and the apostles, a great millstone, whom will teach will and taught me this truth, of whom I learn from daily. And a sincere shalom to all you Akim, you Akwath, inclining your ear to the 100% truth. The purpose of this message is to show you where we are and who we were and who we are going to be. Okay. Now, I'm going to start off with the so-called mission statement. The Israelites, specifically, well, the Israelites, and even more so, the 144,000 elect men predestined before the foundations of the earth were formed, according to Ephesians 1 and 4. The Israelites are gods. Okay. We are gods in a fallen state, and and there will come a time when us gods, hopefully us 144,000, when us gods will not die. See, there are certain men walking the earth now that were alive before the foundations of the earth were formed. There are certain men that built creation alongside Yahweh Shai. All right, and I'm going to show that. Let's get. We're going to come back to Psalm 82, but let's get Genesis 1 and 1. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. Very basic, right? But this is one of the scriptures that, when we come into this truth, we understand that the word God here is Alahayim. Now let's get that word Alahayim. The word Alahayim is rulers, divine ones, angels, gods, godlike one, works or special possessions of God. Right. So in the beginning, there were certain elect spirits that were creating uh, uh, the planet Earth, trees. There were certain men out here, and those spirits, right? Those spirits are still alive here. Some of those spirits are still alive now. See, we are in a fallen state, man. Matter of fact, I'm going to get something. Let's get Psalms 82 and 6, and then I'm going to prove to you that even Scripture talks about this. Psalms 82 and 6, I have said, ye are gods, and all of you are children of the Most High. So when you get that word gods, well, wait a minute. He's calling men Alachayim, the same Alachayim that were mentioned in Genesis 1 and 1. You see, what I'm doing here is I'm proving that certain that Israel as a nation are gods. We are children of the Most High, and at one point, death wasn't even a thing, but because of sin, sin causes death, right? The wages of sin are death. Because of sin, we are now in our fallen state. Heck, it can be said that we are fallen angels, really. Um, and I'm going to get some scripture here. This is Romans 5 and 12. It says, wherefore, as by one man sin entered into the world, who is that man? That's Adam. And death by sin. So death entered the world because of sin. And so death passed upon all men, for that all have sinned. Because of Adam in the garden sinned. That's how death entered into the world. See, prior to that sin, Adam would not have died, but because of the sin, he died. You know, and so the point that I'm trying to make here is that when Yahushua comes back, man, there's going to be no more sin. I mean, and when there's no more sin, there's no more death, because death only comes comes because of sin. See, when Yahweh comes back, he's going to write his laws into our inward parts. We're not going to sin anymore. We're not going to have to teach anyone. And Yahweh for those that are New Testament junkies only, right? This is John 10 and 34 because this is Yahweh Shai double stamping what Yahweh stated in Psalm 82 and 6. It says, Yahweh Shai answered them, is it not written in your law, I said, ye are gods? So even Yahweh Shai was cool in Psalm 82 and 6. See, so this is something that like, this is, when you come into the truth, man, this is something that's kind of like, when you hear like, hey man, yeah man, we're gods and we're gonna rule the world and we're never gonna die. It's like, whoa, it's strong drink, But let's get the book of John here because the Jews, the Pharisees, and the Sadducees, when they heard it, it was strong drink for them. But it's the truth. Yahweh Shai quoted the Most High. He quoted Psalm 82 and 6, which we just read, which I just showed you was Alachayim. And it's John 10 and 31. Then the Jews took up stones again to stone him. Yahweh Shai answered them, many good works have I showed you from my Father. For which of these works do you stone me? How could they respond to a sentence like that, man? Hey, I've done a bunch of healing. For which healing are you going to kill me for? The Jews answered him, saying, for a good work we stone thee not, but for blasphemy, and because thou, being a man, makest thyself God. You see, when people, even nowadays, when people hear the statement that the Israelites are gods, they're like, that's blasphemy. And see, you are in the same position that these Jews were. It's like, no, wait a minute, you can't say that. You're not gods. There's only one God. Well, actually, I just showed you in Genesis 1 and 1 that there were gods, powers, divine rulers who created the world. And Yahweh Shai quoted that. See, verse 34, Yahweh Shai answered them, is it not written in your law? I said, ye are Alachayim. If he called them Alachayim, unto whom the word of the Most High came, and the scripture cannot be broken, say ye of him whom the Father has sanctified and sent into the world, thou blasphemies, because I said, I am the Son of the Most High, Yahweh. See, so Yahweh Shai was calling them out, saying, hey, man, you're about to stone me. I'm quoting scripture, man. And so we're saying the same thing. For those that, this is a stumbling block, we're going to live forever, man. Because as we just read in the book of Romans, death only came into this world because of sin. And when Yahweh Shai comes back, we're not going to sin anymore because the law is going to be written in our inward parts, man. And so if you don't sin anymore, if you're not committing any crime, you don't have to worry about getting pulled over by the police and going to jail, right? If you're not committing sin anymore, that's the crime, and jail and death is the jail. Without sin, there is no death. We will be back to our original state of gods, eternal beings ruling alongside Yahweh Shai, man. We will mount up on wings as eagles, man. We're gonna get superpowers. Matter of fact, let's get that. I know it's in Isaiah. Mount up on wings like eagles. KJV. Isaiah 40 and 13. But they that wait upon Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, shall renew their strength. Renew? Well, okay. Re means again, new their strength. So we will get back a strength that we once had. That same strength mentioned in Genesis 1 and 1. That same strength solidified in Psalms 82 and 6. We have that strength. We don't have it now, But those that wait upon Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai will renew what their strength. That's the strength it's talking about. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary, and they shall walk and not faint. Because we were once those we were there are certain men that were those divine rulers, man. The renewing of the strength is the same strength that we had in Genesis 1 and 1. There are certain men that were alive that created the earth, and when Yahweh Shai comes back, we're going to get that strength back. This is the renewing of the strength mentioned that is being talked about. The renewing is a strength from Genesis 1 and 1. We are gods in a fallen state. Okay? I hope this lesson has been edifying, and with that I say shalom.